Hi, this is Amanda from Amanda's Garden Consulting and also from the garden website. And I am repotting my tuberous begonias. And I've got one here. I've had it for like 5 years. And here, I'll pop this up here. I'll take it out of its pot. And this one needs to be repotted because it's not going to fit in there anymore. It's too big. So I've had this probably about 8 years. As you can see, the new sprouts on it, which is obviously a good sign that everything's tickety-boo. So it's been in the garage where it doesn't freeze, but it's cool. So it's been overwintered in its pot like this, and I've had it newspaper cover it so it doesn't start sprouting out of season. But as you can see, it's ready to go. So I need to divide this. So this is how I divide it. So you can see you've got one tuber here, one tuber here, one tuber there. I'm not going to make 3 or 5 little plants out of this. I'm just going to do 2. So this is, I know it's hard to look at, but it's like surgery. So anyway, get a sharp knife and hopefully cut all the way in there. Savage. Okay, there we go. So you can see healthy tuber there, no black mark. So to prevent it from decaying and to protect it from fungus, I like to use nature's fungicide, cinnamon. So I'll do that on this one too, and there we go. And there. So I got 2 plants now. So now I want to pot them up. Now I've got this soil. This soil is well-draining soil. It's potting soil that I've added sand to, just play sand from a hardware store. And then also I've got some, I also put some shake and feed in there. It's a 3 months slow release. And it's got all these goodies in. And so I want roots to grow. So because I want roots to grow, the middle number is the highest. That's phosphorus, and that makes roots grow. It also makes the flowers grow too. So if this was like 18, 10, 9, then it would be, it would force more foliage. And we don't want foliage now because I've just cut it in half. And so we need to get some roots growing there. So, and also I want some flowers. So if you give it too much nitrogen, the first number is too high, you're going to get lots of foliage. So this is why we've got a number with the high middle number, which is phosphorus. All right. So anyway, I've already put this in. Follow the directions and put that in. All right. So here I've got 1 plant, 1 pot. I'll put one back in its original pot. I've got another pot. So the thing is not to overpot. So you don't want to put a little tuberous begonia in a huge pot, because what will happen is you'll overwater it and then it will rot on you. And they're fairly easy to grow, but there's a few things that you have to remember. Don't overwater it. Right? So here, let's see if that's going to work. And one of the things is you don't want to plant it too deeply. So yeah, I gotta nestle that in. There we go. And you want about this much left over, so when you water it, the water doesn't flow all over the place, right? Okay. You want it to actually stay in the pot. I'll put it in. Don't bury it too much. Doesn't like to be buried. A lot of people want to put like a couple of inches of soil over the top, and that's not how it works. So be gentle. And stick it in there. Make sure it's in there firmly. Shake it around, and I think I've just got a little light dusting of soil over there. And put my sticker back in. This is a yellow one. Gets to be 2-3 feet. I don't know the name of it. All right, and then what you need to do is get your drainage tray, because it needs a drainage tray, because you can't have a plant pot. And don't forget, this plant pot has holes in it, and you should always have holes in your plant pots, or else everything gets flooded. and the plant dies from rot. So now I'm going to give it a little bit of a drinky. And actually, what I should mention that I put this root booster in the water. And again, this is going to increase the roots. And it also has some hormones in here too. The hormones are really good for stimulating growth and helping it out during such a traumatic experience, especially since this one's had surgery. So anyway, I've already put this in the water. And so we just gently put it on. Don't overwater. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in the greenhouse. I do have a heater in the green. It's still March. It's still early times. So I don't want it to get, they don't do well with frost. So you can't put them where they're going to be frost ridden. So I've got a heater in my greenhouse with a thermostat on it set to 10 degrees. So as soon as it gets lower than 10, the heater comes on. It's just a little space heater, right? And this seems to work quite well for all my seedlings as well. And so I'm going to leave them in there until they get bigger, and then also after frost. And then after frost, I'm going to put them out on the deck. And they're going to get morning sunlight and late afternoon sunlight on the deck. Where they've grown for many years, and they do quite well there. The key is with tuberous begonias is don't water them too much. Don't have the soil totally moist all the time. Let it dry slightly between waterings, and then also don't give them too much light, especially that hot afternoon sun. Right? Well, I hope you've liked this video on how to divide begonias. Oh yes, and I do have this other one to do too, and I'll be putting that in a pot. Remember not to overpot. Don't put it in a huge pot. This one's just perfect for this tuber, and make sure it has good drainage and not too much sun, and actually not too much shade either. Okay, so thank you very much, and if you like this video, please press like and subscribe to my my channel, and thank you very much for watching. Thank you. Bye bye.